All right, welcome everyone. We are live today. We are streaming from the YouTube channel and the Instagram platforms today. And I'm sitting down with the one and only Mr. Josh Weinstein.
Hey, what's up everybody? Glad to be with you today and with all of you. Hopefully we can get some questions answered. And I know there's been a few things on a lot of people's minds, so
yeah, absolutely.
Looking forward to it.
Well, we are live today on the Instagram and the YouTube. We're really here to promote the new YouTube channel that you guys have launched.
Yes, Bad Boys.
Yeah, 90 Day Bad Boys YouTube channel. We're going to put that information on the screen for you guys. If you're on Instagram with us, we will be turning those streams off here in about 10 or 15 minutes. So be sure to continue our journey over on YouTube.
Yes. Join the YouTube. We got some really cool things over there, some shorts and some really cool fun ideas that are popping off on YouTube. So hopefully you guys subscribe. Is that what we do? Subscribe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Subscribe, like, comment.
Share.
all those things. Do them all. Join us.
Well, there's a lot of cool content on there now. There's some behind the scenes footage with you guys as a group. Some more individual one-on-ones, and today I get a chance to sit with you and just get to know you a little bit more. We want to get to know Josh and get some answers to some of the questions everybody's
I'm still
asking.
trying to figure myself out. I'm trying to get to know Josh too, but yeah, and it's been a wild ride for sure, and so many more things like that we're doing now, and so many things that are upcoming. We have events. We're going to be meeting a lot of our fans, which we're excited about. Like, we love the fans. We love you guys. Like, it's why we do what we do. So excited for this new year.
Yeah, it's exciting. Well, thank you for sitting down with me. I know you're a busy man. Hard to track you down, but I'm here in Scottsdale, Arizona today. I was able to get some time with you for a minute.
Yeah, I'm in between castings. I'm pushing it in. Let's do it.
Castings and filming, right?
Castings and filming and so many more things that I can't talk about, but definitely excited.
Yeah, it's going to be a great year. Well, let's get started. I want to kind of dive in. This is just more of a let's get to know you a little bit about your journey, how you got here. But it all started, obviously, I think you're from California originally, right?
Yeah, from Hollywood, California, actually. I was born out on the West Coast. I've always been a West Coast kid. I love it out there. I love Los Angeles. I love creation. I love Hollywood. I love the glitz, the glamour about Hollywood, and it's always kind of been enticing to me, you know. And so it's you know, a world that I've always tried to get in, and I've built a business around entertainment, and you know, I absolutely love entertainment. I love it. So
nice. And normally I don't wear sunglasses on these interviews, but I figured if I'm sitting down with Josh, I got to sport the shades, right?
Yes. Why does Josh always wear shades? Why is he always wearing sunglasses? I have sensitive eyes, okay? Now, it's just kind of become this thing that you know, a lot of the times I travel a lot. I'm on the road a lot. I get little bags under my eyes. I get tired, and so it helps me out a little bit. Helps me, you know, hide the tiredness sometimes. But I love wearing sunglasses all times of day, even in my house.
Yeah, I mean, you always have them on in all your videos.
I know. It's become a thing.
Well, I know, so going back, you're from California originally.
Yeah.
But prior to getting into the world of entertainment, you did a little stint in the military.
I was in the Navy. Yes, I was in the Navy. I didn't know why I wanted to join the Navy, but to me, like, I've always been like a creative personality, and my favorite movie was Top Gun. I loved it. Loved Top Gun. Me and my cousin used to watch it like religiously. Just like, that's so cool. Like, these guys are wearing white uniforms. They're singing to girls in bars, riding motorcycles, playing volleyball on the beach. That's what I want to do with my life. And I joined the Navy. It's a true story. I joined the Navy because of Top Gun. You know, I had this creative brain, and I thought, this is going to be awesome. It wasn't like Top Gun. It wasn't, you know. I wasn't a naval aviator, and I'm not Tom Cruise. So it wasn't like the movie, but I enjoyed my time in the military. I made some really great friends who are even still in the military. But yeah, I was a medic for the Marine Corps, stationed in 29 Palms, California.
Nice.
It was far from Top Gun.
And what age did you go in?
I was in at 19 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, so a few years ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just a couple years. So you weren't in the Top Gun flight school?
No, I never made it to Top Gun school. I barely made it through. No, I enjoyed my time, but like naval aviators and like special forces and like those guys that you see movies about, those guys they're badasses.
Yeah.
They are badasses, and it takes a lot. Takes a lot of training, a lot of testing, which I'm a terrible test taker. Like I could know all the answers on a test, and you put the test in front of me, and I'm still gonna get it all wrong. Like it's just, I don't know what it is. I don't know what happens. I just can't take tests. So I can't be a pilot because they're constantly testing. And like Navy SEALs or Special Forces guys, those guys they're badasses. Like that's a life commitment.
Well, we appreciate your service and the service of anybody watching out there.
Yes, thank you for your service.
Yes,
thank you for our freedom.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, so the 90-Day Bad Boys, I know you told me the story before, how it all kind of came about, but I want to ask you, have you always been a bad boy?
Yes, I think I have always been a bad boy. Whether it's in my own mind or whether it's in everybody else's mind, I feel like, the bad boy brand of, the single guys that are having fun, making movies together and doing shows and making content, that is a lot of fun. I absolutely love being a part of the Bad Boys. I love, the guys. I love the brotherhood. I love everything about it. And I've always been like that guy that's kind of been, pulling for my friends. If I'm going to make it, I want my friends to be there with me to make it, because you don't want to just be successful by yourself and you still have everybody on the bottom. Like you want to grow and bring everybody with you. And I started hanging out with, Jamal and I were on the same Single Life season. And our paths never crossed. Like I never saw him while he was on the Single Life. But we were on the same season. He was dating Veronica at the time, and I was dating Natalie. But our paths never crossed. And I saw him on like his season, and I saw like he had such a fast mouth. He was always talking. He was always witty. He was always funny. And I thought he was a funny guy, and I never got to meet him. But I felt like he was kind of like somebody that I could get along with, like he's the comedic relief, I guess we could say. Jamal's funny. He has some great ideas. He bounces around like Tigger, like he's just all over the place. And me, I'm very reserved. I'm very calm, chill. And Rob's just a recluse. Rob is he's the heartthrob, I guess we could say. But so I was on Single Life with Jamal. I never got to meet him. And then I went on Last Resort. I was on Last Resort with Natalie, and that's where I met Rob. And initially, Rob didn't like me because we didn't know each other, and like I didn't know, his relationship status, and he didn't know mine. We knew nothing of each other, like going on the show. And so I think what happened was I overstepped a couple boundaries I shouldn't have prior to Last Resort, prior to even meeting him. And then it kind of all unfolded on national television that like, oh my God, Josh invited Sophie to Las Vegas. and so it became this whole thing. But as it came out, like I really liked Rob. Like Rob was, somebody that I really connected with more than, anybody on the resort. And, I apologized. I apologized for, my actions that, may have made him angry or anything that any resentment he had against me. You know, I apologized, and he accepted, and we, you know, became really good friends. Like, we became actual really good, like, in life friends. And then after Last Resort happened, I said, well, you know, I'm traveling around. I know he was looking for another type of work. And I said, well, I think that you'd be perfect, like, in what I'm doing, like what I'm creating and what I'm building and my business. And I think you should, you know, check it out and try it. And he decided, okay, I'm gonna check it out. Like, what Josh is going on, what he has going on, like, it looks exciting. You know, we could travel around and we can, you know, potentially make money together, you know, doing business. And then I reached out to Jamal. And Jamal, I kind of met through his mom, through Kim, because
we all love Kim.
Yeah, I love Kim. And as we know, my son went through a very traumatic accident, and he's been very strong. But the support behind, like, the 90-day world, like, when it happened, was really cool for me. You know, like, we had made t-shirts for Jett, and you know, I sent her a t-shirt and Jamal a t-shirt, and she put it on and she was posting about it, and she was just so nice. She was, you know, such a nice soul. And then I met Jamal. I'm just kidding. And then like, that's kind of how then we kind of got connected, and I told Jamal the same thing. I'm like, hey, you know, I'm working on this business together, and I feel like you'd be good for it. And he had no idea who I was. Like, I mean, we saw each other on the show, but like, we didn't know each other personally. I'm like, come to Texas with me. And he's like, well, I don't know. And I'm like, just come out, like, see what we're doing. Like, I think you fit right in. And he was like, oh, okay. Like, I think that sounds really cool. I want to try it out. And he's like, who else is going? And I said, well, Rob's going. And he was like, oh, I don't know about Rob. And the two of them actually didn't want to hang out with each other initially, because Jamal was talking a lot about Rob while he was on a different television show, while he was on Pillow Talk. And so he was saying some things about Rob. And so Jamal was like, oh, I don't know. Rob's going, he probably doesn't like me. I've said some stuff. And I'm like, no, like, I think we just need to get together and like let's hang out and talk it out. Like, I feel like this is a cool dynamic. I could feel it. And so he came out to Texas, Rob came out to Texas, and then we went out, like, just the first night, like Saturday night, the three of us, we went out in Texas, went to this bar/club, and we just had an amazing time together. Like, we had, like, it was like an instant, like, stepbrothers. Like, oh my God, did we just become best friends? and then we just started hanging out, and it started building. And then, like, it became this brotherhood between the three of us, and this dynamic that really, it was special. It was really special, just because our personalities are so different. And you know, like, we all have different personalities, and they all just kind of click together. Like, we all have, like, if I want to laugh, I know I can call Jamal, you know. if I'm talking, you know, different levels, or, you know, more on a business side of things, you know, Rob is going to be more engaged initially, you know. So it kind of just happened, and that's kind of how the Bad Boys was born, you know. Like, we were all just hanging out together, and then me and Rob went to a fashion show in Medellin, Colombia.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and it was really cool, and it was an all-white fashion show, so we had to wear all white. And so me and Rob were there. Jamal couldn't make that trip, so me and Rob were dressed in all white, and I was like, dude, we look like we're in a boy band. I was like, I have something on my mind, like, roll with me. And he's like, all right. And so I'm like, I think we should do like a parody of like an NSYNC song or Backstreet Boys, or I think it was NSYNC. And so we just did a little 30-second clip of us doing a song, and it caught fire. Like it did great numbers. Everybody loved it. Everybody was interested in it. And I was like, okay, well, this is fun. Like maybe we can actually do something from this. And Jamal was all upset because we did the video first without him. And he was like, why would you guys do a video without me? And then we did our first video together. We were in I think Miami together, or some part of Florida, and we did the Boys to Men song together.
Okay.
And it was awesome. Like we had it all planned out. We did the song on the beach, and Jamal was a little hesitant, and his dance moves weren't the greatest, and he didn't understand what we were doing. And so if you look at like the early Jamal videos, sometimes he was a little awkward because he didn't know what was going on yet. But then like after the third or fourth song that we did, he was like really locking in. He's like, okay. He's like, no, everybody's talking about your guys' dances and this and that. Like I'm getting into this. And I gave Jamal like he's the most improved player award, like he has a spin down, his dances are getting great, his fashion's on point, and it's just been growing and getting bigger. And I think we're kind of understanding a little bit more like the business behind it, and what can we do or what can't we do? Like let's make a movie, let's make a TV show, let's do this, like let's do a movie clip together and see how we do. And everything that we did, it was just another layer of like the Bad Boys and what we were creating and the content, and then it just became a brand.
So obviously it just kind of spurred the moment, but it just took off and
it did
became something that you didn't even know was going to happen.
It did. Well, in my mind, like I could see it. Like I knew what we were doing was special. Nobody was doing it. Everybody wanted to be a part of it. And we even had people try to attempt to recreate things that we were doing. So I knew we had something really special, and I saw like the vision of it, and I'm like, if we keep on this, like this could be something really big. It could be. It's going to take a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of effort, a lot of work. And, initially we might not see a lot of the return of it. And that's what happened. And I think we almost, towards like the end of like the first year, like we loved it, but we weren't seeing any traction of where they wanted it to go. In my mind, I had it. Like, I'm like, no, we have to keep on. We got to keep doing this. Like, it's about to break. It's about to be something big. It's its own brand. Like, let's keep doing it. And so like I had to, really push and be like, stay on this with me, stay on this journey. And they ended up, seeing the vision. They're really smart business guys now, very savvy, great, entertainers in general. And the three of us are it's a thing.
Yeah, you guys have a good dynamic. I love it.
Yeah, thank you.
And obviously a lot of fans love it as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was a lot that you mentioned there. In fact, I want to kind of unpack some of the things that you talked about. But the brand itself, I know that you guys launched merch recently.
Yeah, we have Bad Boys merch. We have some hoodies. We have some T-shirts, and we really did that because the fans were asking for it. They're like, we want T-shirts, we want hoodies, we want a calendar, and we're thinking, really? Like, okay, yeah, like let's do it. Like, let's, okay, you want it? We'll create it.
And then I know you guys are planning on doing. You told me this before, that you're planning on doing limited edition merch as well. So like merch that's in small quantities and maybe video specific.
Yeah, I mean, well, we have a lot of things planned. I'm sure if you're on this, like we're touring around the U.S., hopefully the world soon. We have some limited merch that's coming out. We have some go-sees, some appearances, and really it's like our time to like give back to the fans, like for being there for us. like, what do you guys want us to do? Like, you want to hang out with us? Okay, like, let's set it up.
Well, I saw on the website you guys have something coming up in Louisiana as well.
Yes, we're doing Bad Boy Bingo. That's right, Bad Boy Bingo.
Ooh, I like that.
It's going to be pretty fun, and it's going to be you're going to get all three of our personalities within the bingo. Jamal will probably be jumping around, but it's going to be a fun little event where we can kind of interact with the fans and play bingo, have a good time, and just get to know like our people.
We'll have to stream live on YouTube like the first few minutes of Bad Boy Bingo.
We should. So you can come see us, hopefully, at a Bad Boy Bingo near you very soon.
Yeah, and I saw that you also have something scheduled for Vegas right now.
Yes, very excited about that. I'm kind of infamous for being the guy to go to Vegas with. And it kind of just happened that way. I love going to Las Vegas. I have a lot of friends out there, and when we go, we have a very good time. We have a very good time in Las Vegas. And so it started with the TV show that I was on with Last Resort, and it was this big major thing that I didn't invite Natalie to Las Vegas, and I invited Sophie to Las Vegas. Let me clear it up a little bit. I invited a group of people from the show to go to Las Vegas, and Sophie was one of those people.
But not Natalie.
Well, at the time, Natalie and I were probably on one of our down slopes, and so when we're on a down slope, I didn't want to bring the mood down in Vegas, I guess we could say, because some people just take a lot more attention than the others, and they need a lot more attention. And this was just like a fun trip, like planned with friends, like let's have fun, hang out. And taking Natalie to Vegas would be like, pay attention to me. And so
you didn't want that distraction.
We didn't need the distraction. No, we were just trying to have fun.
So
but excited about this upcoming Vegas thing.
Is Natalie invited?
If she buys a ticket, she can come. She has to pay full price for a ticket. No, but we want to hang out with our fans. We want people to come out, and we want them to be a part of the Vegas journey with us. It's going to be the Bad Boys, and we're also going to have different guests join us. So from your favorite TV shows, our friends. We got Gino out to Vegas. We got Tyree. We got Matt from the Thruple couple. He was out. And who else was there? Oh, Benny's always around in Vegas. And it was just, honestly, it was an awesome time. Like, we had such a fun time. Like, the group of us going to Vegas, like, we were like, dude, other people need to experience this because it's awesome.
Yeah, I saw the video you guys posted on the Bad Boy account.
Yeah, with Gino.
Yeah.
Well, that's funny because everybody was like, how could you guys do that to Gino? Like, I was like, dude, it was planned. Like, we planned it that way. Like, I was in the hall and I asked Gino, because, Gino's, he's a little older. He's not a little, like, he's still young. But I was like, Gino, can we trip you and you take a fall and a tumble? Like, he's like, yeah, sure. And so I had this vision in my mind of us like the old Hangover, like the Hangover movie of walking down the hallway, slow-mo, who let the dogs out. And then, we made a little funny portion of it with, I told Jamal, I'm like, okay, Jamal, you got to trip him. He's like, me? Why? And I'm like, because it makes sense. Like, you're the funny, you're the fun one. Like, it makes sense, like, for you to trip Gino. If I trip Gino, they're going to be like, I can't believe he would do that. But if you trip Gino, it's like, it's a little bit more funny. And so they were all on board with it. We made that up within like a 30-minute time frame, and we shot it, the whole thing, within like a full 30 minutes. Like, that's all it took us to make that short little clip, and it did really well.
If you haven't seen this clip that we're talking about, check it out on the Instagram.
Check it out. Who let the dogs out?
But I watched it. I watched it several times. It made me laugh.
I still watch it. Like I still watch it. Like if I'm you know, in my mind and I'm just like, today's been rough, and I'm scrolling through and I'm like, and I see the Who Let the Dogs Out, Gino tripping and flipping on the floor. It was.
How many takes did you guys do to get that shot? Was it like a one and done, or was it multiple?
Oh, I think we did 3 takes.
Okay.
I think we did 3 takes of tripping him.
I did notice, because it's in slow-mo, but you do notice Gino hesitate just a second before the trip. So
Yeah.
when I saw that, I was like, I watched it a couple times to see it, but it's a quick catch. But if you watch it, you could see that he's kind of anticipating the trip a little bit.
Yeah, he was. So he was now. Yeah, like he was waiting for it. Like he put his leg up a little
Right.
slower, and then he got tripped. So he was anticipating it a little bit, and everybody thought it was funny, but there were still some people that were like, how could you do that to Gino?
You're always going to get the haters.
Yeah,
right?
like we planned it.
So you and Rob were kind of at odds with each other on the show. But
Yeah.
when did you guys actually come to terms with each other and talk? Was it during the show, the filming, or was it afterwards?
It was during the show. Yeah, during the show. I think like even like the first week, you know, this whole Vegas thing came out, and you know, I straight up I told him in front of everybody, I was like, hey, if I, you know, caused anything, or if, you know, you thought I was disrespectful in any way, like I want to apologize. I'm sorry, you know, like I didn't know what was happening, and you know, maybe I should have asked more questions. I want to apologize to you. And he accepted the apology, and then like after that moment, he was having a lot of issues on the last resort, you know, just in his relationship. And he was going through it. And him and I had a lot in common. And him and Florian, actually, like we would come up and we'd be hanging out in my room in the evening times when we were not filming, and just kind of like talking about our days, and like just enjoying being, you know, just the guys, not around the women. And we really just started connecting that way, like a week into the show. And I feel like he understood where I was coming from. He understood like my vision. He started to understand me a little bit, which is hard to do. and I understood him and where he was at. And I looked at him like, dude, like I feel like I can help him. Like I feel like I could be there, you know, for him. He had nobody in his corner, and it was a tough shoot, the last resort.
Yeah,
tough.
obviously with creative editing, they're not going to show you guys like making up or anything like that. But I did notice at the tell-all that you guys were on each other's team.
Yeah, well, by the time of the tell-all, we were the bad boys.
Okay.
So we were, yeah, like in full swing. Like we had a lot of things that we were already doing and projects that we were working on, and we were doing business together. So that was in like full swing, like bad boys.
Okay.
So just Jamal wasn't there.
And then going even further back, before the Bad Boys started, obviously we talked about your military service, but you said you've always been a bad boy. Can you tell us what would be a story that you can share with us that might explain how you might have been a bad boy?
Oh,
from
man.
The beginning?
I mean, I knew I was I mean, my grandma told me I was a bad boy. You know, she was always like, you know what, Josh, you don't mind. She used to say that, you don't mind, and nobody's gonna want you to come over if you don't mind. And you know, I was a troublesome kid. I really just was.
Was that when you set her house on fire?
I mean, way before that. Yeah, I set 2 acres on fire in my grandma's backyard. Terrible. But even before that, I was a bad boy. Like when I was 8 years old, I remember, like my parents, they were having an argument, and my parents ended up, you know, getting divorced and not making it because they obviously just argued all the time. And I remember one time I was like 8, and there was a garage sale like right around the corner, and there was these cap guns, they were dope, and I wanted them. I was like, "Yo, those are cool cap guns. I want those." And it was $5, and I didn't have any money. I was 8, and so I went back to my house, and I got my mom's checkbook, and I wrote a check, and I put $5. And I probably messed up the whole thing, but it has my mom's like phone number on it and everything. And so I go back to the house with this check, and I said, "Hey, can I pay with check?" and they're like, okay, let me see the check. And I pull out the check. I had written $5 on it, and I gave it to them. And oh, this is a terrible story. But I gave it to them, and then they were they're like, "Okay, stay right here." And they were going to go call my mom, basically, and say, "Hey, your son's over here. He wrote a check for $5 for these cap guns," and they were going to tell on me. And I knew that. I knew they were going to tell on me. So they went inside, and I grabbed the cap guns, and I ran home.
At least you paid for it.
At least I somewhat paid for them. And I ran all the way home. I had the cap guns, and my mom and dad were in an argument, and my dad was leaving the house, and he's like, "Get in the car, let's go." And I had the cap guns, and I was like, okay. And I jumped in the car with my cap guns. I never heard anything about it. Like, I kept the cap guns. I don't know if my mom paid for it or what happened, but I ended up getting to keep the cap guns. And so, I always knew I was a bad boy.
From the beginning.
From the beginning. And let me tell you, there's hundreds of those stories where that came from, but I'm not like that anymore. It's a different type of bad boy. But
well, we won't share all those stories here now.
Yeah, let's not do that.
But we maybe we'll share another one if you guys stay tuned on the YouTube channel. We're going to probably cut the Instagram here.
Everybody's going to be like, "Oh my gosh."
I want to talk about Natalie and your relationship. I know there's a couple questions that have come up, and people were speculating online. I was reading, different comments and stuff, and they were speculating, was the relationship genuine? Like, was it for real?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah, I mean, it was absolutely genuine. It was absolutely real. Natalie, she's still a special person in my life. Like, we still keep in touch. I just wished her Happy New Year's, and I'm hoping everything's going good for her. So we still talk here and there, and I do care for her, and I care for her well-being. Like, I love her mom. It was just, a really difficult relationship. Natalie needs a lot of time and a lot of attention, and a lot of people don't know, like, when they look into last resort is, I mean, yes, I was trying to work on things with Natalie, but I was also dealing with my son and the accident and everything that happened, and you don't see that. So a lot of the times, like, "Oh, Josh is gone. He's left Natalie again. He's gone. He doesn't care." It was never that. I was at the hospital, with Jett, and staying the night with him, and then I would come back to the resort. So a lot of the times, like, when you see me on last resort, maybe I wasn't 100% there all the time, because I just had so much going on, and so much going on with Jett, that that was still fresh in my brain, and I was still dealing with that, on top of, well, now you have to also try and deal and save your relationship. And so it was a lot for me at last resort. And I think maybe, like, at a different time, if I had, been recovered, or, maybe had Natalie been a little bit more understanding to my situation, like, things could have gone a different direction and been different. But I do care for her. The relationship was genuine, but people just don't see all the layers behind it. They only see what's, on the surface level.
Right. Yeah, obviously dealing with a lot. He was in the hospital for quite a while.
Months.
Yeah. And what a rock star, though. I just saw his latest video. What was it, yesterday, of him snowboarding?
Yeah, he's snowboarding again. That was one of his major things, is like, I'm going to snowboard again, And
that's awesome.
And here we are, like, just trying to walk.
Right.
And he's like, I'm going to snowboard. And I'm like, you know, you can do anything that you set your mind to. You know, if you want to snowboard, I'm 100% behind it, whatever you want to do. And I was really nervous. I was nervous for him to go up because I didn't want him to fall. I didn't want him to get hurt. I wanted him to have something still that he did before that he loved so much that he could still do. And he has just like overcome so much, and he's so strong, like mentally he is so strong.
Yeah.
And you know, I still struggle with, you know, this on a daily, things that I go with, you know, with my kids, because, you know, my kids are everything. And I look at him like overcome all these challenges and like snowboard. Like, he's like, yeah, Dad, I'm gonna snowboard. And I was like, oh great. You know. And then I see him do it. Yeah. And he far exceeded my expectations. And he's like, you know, doing heels and toes. He's doing the whole thing, and he's looking great. And dude, I was so proud of him. Like, I was at the gym actually when I saw the video, and I was on the phone. I was on a business call to this movie producer that we're working with, and I said, oh dude, I was like, I'm sorry, I just need a moment. And I started to tear up, and I'm like, God, like, this kid is so amazing. I told my movie producer friend, I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, my son's snowboarding today, and like, I got to show you this. And I sent him the video, and I was like, I couldn't even hide it. I was like, yeah, dude, I'm tearing up here at the gym. And he's like, well, dude, he's overcome so much. He's such a warrior. He's such a cool kid. And so, yeah, man, just things that he's going to accomplish. You know, I almost look to him for strength, you know, because I deal with so much, and I'm still dealing with it. And I see him and how strong he is, and it makes me like even stronger. Like, I can do this. I can get through this. Like, he's helped me through so much. And I just got this tattoo not too long ago. It's on my hand. It says, "This too shall pass." And I love the phrase, you know, whatever you're going through, it's a hard time, you know, this too shall pass. You're having an amazing time, you're on top of the world, like, this too shall pass. Like, you're gonna get knocked down, you're gonna be brought back up. So I've been trying to live in, like, you know, these moments that are struggles and great times. Like, all of this is gonna pass. It's about what you make, like what you're going to do with it. Like, how are you gonna take that experience and make your life better? Right. And so he's actually been like my rock.
I mean, what an inspiration. I mean, I had to watch the video like 5 times. I was all smiles when I was watching that.
It's crazy, man.
Because crazy. I know where he, you know, the journey to get to that point.
I mean, yeah, like I remember when I was at Last Resort and I was going back to the hospital, he was so fragile. Like, he was so fragile. He was skinny. He lost ton of weight, and I was wheeling him around in a chair, and we could just go over a small bump, and his whole body is just like shocked, and it's like in pain. And you know, just seeing the transition from going from that to, you know, where he's going and what he's accomplished is amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, obviously we're excited to kind of see even further down the road. You know, his first trip snowboarding.
I know.
You know, and I bet you 3 or 4 years from now we'll be watching him go off jumps on the slopes.
I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. He was a great snowboarder before the accident, and that's actually what he was doing before the accident. He was actually snowboarding with his friends. And on the way back down is when you know, the accident happened. So it happened right after a snowboarding trip. So it's a big moment for us.
So good for him to get back on the horse, basically.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, he's not scared.
That's awesome. Love that. Going back to some of these questions that I'm seeing online, addressing a few things. I know your business, right? That's how you actually met Natalie, was through your Preview Models event.
She showed up late, no shoes on, sand on her feet. Yeah. A basic Natalie appearance.
and so when she showed up to that, she was actually being filmed at that time, right? Is that what happened?
She was on Single Life.
Okay.
Yeah, she was on the Single Life, and she had told me, she's like, I really want to do this. And, you know, she was like, I really want to do this and be a part of it, and I want them to film me doing it. And so I was like, okay, well, yeah, that sounds cool. Like, you know, let's have you come on in and go through the process and see if it works out for you. So she actually came to the Preview Models casting, and it was funny because Peyton, who he kind of does a lot of the behind the scenes for Preview Models, almost didn't let her into the casting.
Because she was late?
She was late to the casting. She wasn't dressed appropriately. She didn't have shoes on. She had sand all over her feet. She just came from the beach. And then she was like instantly drawn to me. Like, she came to me and she was asking me questions, and, you know, I started talking to her about, you know, entertainment. And we actually really connected on like an entertainment level outside of the show, like feature films, modeling, and different things. But there was like an immediate connection that I think everybody kind of noticed. And that's when we actually started dating.
Now, let's talk about the business a little bit. Can you explain what you do with Preview Models? I know you travel a lot.
Yeah. So Preview Models is an international production company. It's a talent accelerator, is what it is. It's not an agency. We don't book jobs for people, but we get people that are interested in entertainment ready to actually be in front of agencies, or being ready to go on like national campaigns, or be ready to shoot for a television commercial. It's an accelerator. So it's going to give you the tools that are needed in entertainment to sign with an agency and also be successful in like a campaign world, like going on campaigns, auditioning process. There's a lot behind the scenes when it comes to entertainment, and a lot of people think that's just, I'm pretty, I'm going to be famous. And it's a lot more than that, you know, like you have to understand the business of what you're getting into. We have to have certain qualifications, you know, on your resume. You got to have names on your resume. You got to have experience. You got to have a demo reel. You got to have comp cards. You have to have the whole package deal to talk about, you know, signing with a national agency and also auditioning on a national platform. You know, that's the highest level that we can do it. And, you know, it's what we do is we prepare the talent and we give them all the tools necessary to be successful in that setting. And then we put them in front of national agencies, you know, major agencies in Los Angeles, in Europe, in the Asian markets. We also have affiliations with Miami Swim Week, New York Fashion Week, the Chicago commercial market. So we have talent that's getting signed and working all over the world, basically. We do a lot of focus on the major markets in the United States, and that's what Preview Models does. It is a talent accelerator. It gives you the tools that you need to be successful. We are not an agency, so.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, it's a great product. I've been around it. I've seen a lot. I've been to some of the events as well.
I mean, we've had some major success stories. We just had a girl that was on the cover of British Vogue. We have people on Netflix series and feature films, major campaigns, some major influencers come through there, and it's really accelerated a lot of people's careers to actually get them where they needed to be. Because in entertainment, you can kind of get stuck in this cycle of like doing local things or doing a fashion week and what's next, and we don't know the next step. Well, you know, I've created a system that's kind of tailor-made for the entertainment industry and for what agencies are looking for, so that the talent, you know, has a place to go to, has a platform, has an accelerator to take it to the next level and actually make a career out of it. So that's what Preview Models does. And, you know, in entertainment, whether you go through Preview Models or whether you know, go on your own, the tools that we provide are necessities. Like, they are needed. Whether you do it on your own or whether you go through this system or whatever it is, it's not like we're reinventing the wheel. We are just making everybody current. We work with a lot of top models. You're working with top models. You're working with agencies. You're working with agency photographers and videographers. There's a high fashion runway show. There's celebrities, you know, Getty Images. I mean, it's everything and more that you could think Hollywood is. And it's really launched a lot of careers. Like through this process.
And it's great exposure. I mean, somebody that's maybe sitting in the Midwest, I know you travel everywhere, but somebody that's sitting, you know, in a small town somewhere doesn't have that type of exposure.
They don't know where to go. They don't know what do we do. You know, we have all the qualifications. Like, we look like a model. This is something that we really enjoy, or something that we really want to do. But what do we do with it? So we kind of connect the people and give them all they need to actually be successful and move on, you know, through the stages of entertainment.
Right. Very cool. So if anybody wants to get involved, they can find that information on your personal
on the
Instagram?
website, or on my Instagram. You can check out the Instagram. It's at preview_models. It's on my personal Instagram. You can go to the website, previewmodels.com. We do a lot of virtual auditions. We're always looking for new talent, always looking for people that, you know, want to make a name in entertainment, because like that's the fun part of what we do, is guiding that person to the right direction. And it's like so rewarding, like getting them signed with agencies and then seeing them actually like create campaigns and create work. Like, that's the fun part of entertainment. And you know, people think it's just going to happen overnight. It's a process, you know, like in anything. If you're going to work on a professional level, the highest professional level, right? If I wanted to be a doctor, I couldn't just go into the hospital and be like, well, you know, give me one of those scalpels and, you know, I'm going to cut around in here and, you know, I'm going to get it one day. I'm going to get it, you know. And I mean, you got to understand the craft. Like, if I wanted to do hair, where would I go? I'd probably go learn how to do hair at hair school, or learn how to do extensions or eyelashes. Like, it's with anything as far as working on the highest level. You have to understand, you have to have the tools, you have to have the qualifications that are needed.
All right. Well, very cool. Well, thank you for spending time with me today. I appreciate it. I know that you're a busy person. You got your family, you got your business, you got the 90-day Bad Boys all happening at the same time.
I don't even know how I do it all. It's crazy. Yeah. I got the Bad Boys. We have, you know, some shows that we're working on together. Wink, wink. And we have a film that we're now working on. It's a really funny idea. It's a comedy. We have a lot of people on board with it. You know, we have some really fun videos that we're going to be making here pretty soon, and we have some new cast members coming on and doing videos. So
cameo appearances.
I'm looking forward to like the new direction in this new year with the Bad Boys, with Preview Models, with my family. Like, I mean, everything's now coming together. You know, I finally am like getting over these humps and like, okay, here it is.
Right.
Let's go.
You've gone through a lot, and obviously still pushing forward. But
yeah. My days are crazy, man. I'm also a cheer dad.
Yeah, so, I saw the video you posted yesterday.
Yeah. So I gotta go to cheer practice, cheer competitions. Yeah, I pick my daughter up from school. I take her to school. Like, I'm a full-time dad, you know, and, you know, my kids still fight for my attention. So it's good. It means I'm doing something right, that they still want to hang out with me. You know, I love them, and everything I do is for them. But that in itself is like a full-time job. Right. You know, and then on top of that, we have Preview Models, and we're you know, traveling every weekend for that. We're doing virtual auditions. So that's another full-time job. And then now I have the Bad Boys. Okay, content. What are we shooting? Okay, you know, keeping the dynamic together. That's a job in itself. And you know, then now we're going to add on more layers. Film. What can we do? What can we accomplish? Let's do these ghosties. Let's go to Vegas. I need more hours in the day, maybe.
Well, I definitely am planning on joining you guys in Vegas.
Okay.
I definitely want to do that. So.
Okay. Well, make sure you get some rest before. And bring the sunglasses.
It helps. Yeah. Well, again, that wraps up our time today. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. There's new content coming out all the time.
Absolutely.
And, we appreciate it.
I'm looking forward. I hope everybody else is looking forward to, you know, what we're going to be creating coming up, and all these appearances. Like, come meet us, come see us. We love to meet you, talk to you, join us in Vegas. It's going to be a good time. And we hope that you guys continue to love all the content, because you guys are the reason that we make it. So,
well, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.